I just come across this this video done by Apostle Laura Lee. Yeah? Apple. Yeah? Apple. Apostle Laura Lee. Now this person says some good information on this video. However, it's banged out quite loud, as though they're pushing everything away from the point I'm going to make about this person. Apple. Apostle Laura Lee. Adam and Eve, the apple of Adam and Eve, and she's banging out, calling everybody cowards and all this sort of stuff based around information to do with paedophilia. Pie. P-I-E. Right? Now I'll tell you where it gives birth and where people bang it out to create a diversion. Now America's been going for a few hundred years. Kicked out people from these countries. Holland, Germany, England, and so on. Now the mindsets of these people will still have the incorrectnesses of pie within their heads. So when they name then the country's cities, they will have certain relevant signs and words mapping out the disgust that's going on throughout the planet. I am not having a go at Americans of today. I'm saying how things were written before this woman was talking. Okay? People who don't see things, people who don't understand things because of very complexness of the situation, doesn't make them cowards. Now this lady is banging out very aggressively for a diversion. She's even called our sister this, sister that. The Church of Philadelphia. Yeah? In there is P-I-E. Pie. The apple of pie. So I'd go and investigate that very church, because it looks like she's banging out a diversion away from probably what could be the apple core, the core of pie within that area. Because the church isn't doing very, very good, is it? Yeah? They want to bang and divert everything away from their disgust behind the scenes. Listen to this woman talk. It's all based around relevant information, but it seems to be diverting and banging out the blame on other people who've been subject to this brainwashing type of thing throughout the world, to then morally keep them clean away from pie. Yeah?
Sex and pedophilia. I have people that are living in a dream world where they think their perception is reality, and they don't want to face the bitter truth that pedophiles and perverts controlled the career of Shirley Temple as a child, and everything that she was in was a pedophile fantasy about incest and sexual exploitation of children. They want to think that everyone's just like them and their little perception is reality. No, it's time to grow up. These people are cowards, they're childish, and they don't want to face evil. And I don't respect that. It's time for people to grow up. I'm showing facts, truth, and reality. So these people who come on here and want to accuse me as if there's something wrong with me, why I notice this and they don't, no, you're ignorant, and it's time you grew up. For these people who are criticizing me.
Right. So she's going about being criticised. It's all about her, about me. These people are criticising me. Well, how about me just opening up a few things about where you live and the place and all that sort of stuff, historically then, darling? Right? There's a lot of very, very good people waking up to this disgust that's going on. Yeah? Criticising people and all that sort of stuff can whittle down to then get more correct information. To go around abusing and shouting at people like that tells me it's a divert. We don't see this woman's face or nothing. It's all based around, you know, the goodliness and all that sort of stuff. Apostle Laura Lee. Apple. Church of Philadelphia. Church of Pie. Right? So I reckon this woman here, I am criticising the fact that this person, female very, very, very handy to have a female, because you're not allowed to criticise females in today's world, are you, really, as a bloke even. So she's going to get sistership and all that sort of stuff on her hand, or on her side, or whatever. It's all about me. She doesn't like being criticised. She'll do more about being criticised than probably investigating and doing actual stuff, than just stuff on video like we're all doing at this present moment in time. Depends who you're linked in with, whether you're linked in with just people on here, or the actual police, which I doubt she is, because I'm looking at this. Her name is Apostle Laura Lee. Apple, the Adam and Eve apple, where it begins. Church of Philadelphia, Church of Pie. Right? Now double whammy it, and think about this woman as a womb, the innocence of voice, and all that sort of stuff, which people are starting to think that if you're a woman or a mother, you're telling the truth, which is a lot of bollocks. That's Myra Hindley. Do you get me? It's all twisted up and everything. Diverting, using factual stuff to push away the pointing finger from where this one's coming from. Yeah? Like I say, I'm not having a go at the Americans or anything like that. But if you think about it, all the people years and years and years and years, 100 years ago, they were like, a lot of them were like convicts, like they did when they went to Australia and stuff like that. Yeah? And eventually they name it as they psychologically name it, to then put in, and the maps of where this disgust can be found. Apple. The beginning, the Church of Pie. This is how clever people are, and this is how clever this disgust is. Go ask the churches behind their doors. This woman refers to on the good ship Lollipop and all that sort of stuff, about having certain things in there that mean more to French people because it means suck this and suck that rather than lick and all this sort of stuff that she goes on about, which is very, very good information. However, that's what these people do. They will get people on their sides to bang out information away from the very point of what they're doing. And they'll get followers and people on the internet ticking it, liking it, yeah, I agree with you, and all this sort of stuff. But the information's mixed in. All these people below that sign their names, say, go with this sister, go that sister, go for it sister, and all this sort of stuff, will hear then the information that she's speaking, but you maybe have to be aware of where she stands and sits and how she addresses herself. Apple Laura Lee. Apostle Laura Lee. Apple. Church of Philadelphia, Church of Pie. She is a diver, and that's what the church has done. They have females in there now to wombly, so-called innocently to the core of life with their wombs of birth, calling everybody cowards because they're not understanding stuff. Well, does she understand her own name and where she comes from? Do you get me? Because America, years back, was made up from people who really didn't fit in, or their greed took them into places, and so on. And then you look at all the names around America, and places like that, of the new countries that were found, Australia and things, there's signs everywhere, so that these perverts can map themselves out. And whilst they travel around America, back in the day, they have it on tap to be pie. I'm not saying she is. What I'm saying is, she's investigating what goes on with words and twisting of words and how they do it. And all I'm telling you is from where I see it, which is my right. So like she says, you can't have a go at me. It's ridiculous, isn't it, how they spin it around and how they bounce it around from ever getting to the point, because it always creates an argument. And that's why she's got such an aggressive voice. Yeah? That's no sister. Church of Philadelphia. Come on. There's hundreds and hundreds of children being found after being buried by these people. You don't see them investigating their own churches, do you? They don't even open up the back doors. They don't even get the people arrested in their industry or nothing.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the truth of a very parallel reality, because it opens people's eyes. This is called Les Suquettes. I may not pronounce it properly because it's French. It means to suck, and it refers to oral sex, and it means lollipops.
So this woman is becoming an educating person using the name Apostle Laura Lee, Church of Philadelphia. Yeah? The apple of life, spoken by a woman who comes from the Church of Pi, that was named, beginning of the history of America, by a load of people who've basically been kicked out of their own country, or greed-driven and whatever. Probably pedophilia-driven, because they know there'll be all disrupted Wild West out there. There'll be opportunities of snatching kids and all sorts. So they'll map their country out for these people to be able to go around and have it on a free-for-all basis back in the day, and it's probably still going on today. Like I said, I'm not having to go at the American people of today at all whatsoever. Yeah? But this is how it was mapped out. She refers to Les Sussets. Yeah? So I'm referring to her name. Apple, Church of Pi. The womb, divert of distraction around using information that other people understand to then get people on her side shouting the good for her from a point that is disgusting. Now we can all go slagging each other off and all that sort of stuff, because that's what they want. They don't want anybody to get to the point. And this is how in your face these people do it. She's actually telling us she's the beginning of life from the Church of Philadelphia. That's her name. She chose that name. So this is purposely done. This is a purpose divert around information that then takes you away from questioning this person.